Welcome to the 2300 Pick 6 podcast. I'm your host, Dave Walker, about to do a special where DWALK is right and wrong with Wolf. How you doing, Wolf?
I am doing fucking great. I'm looking forward to having some words for everyone who told me I didn't know shit when I said Mac Jones and Brock Purdy were the same fucking quarterback.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you told me this morning, you said you wanted to get that off your chest.
Yeah, dude, I've been fucking... How many fucking years have I been saying Brock Purdy was just Mac Jones with better fucking weapons?
Yeah, that's what you've been saying that. Yeah, you've been saying it all year. And Mac Jones has been perfect. Now, here's the thing. If they would have had him against Jacksonville, there's the possibility they would have beat the Jags. But I think the Niners just rushed Purdy back too soon.
Yeah, because Mac was making statements and had people wondering, why are they paying Brock Purdy $50 million a year when Mac is literally the same fucking quarterback?
Yeah. Because now everybody is like, as I could say right now, this whole week, I did not do good this week with picks, man. I didn't do this good.
Oh, dude, I got fucking murdered this week.
I think all of us did. I think most of us did because I got murdered on Thursday's game. I got wrong because I picked the Rams. I've learned my lesson now never to pick the Giants again.
I actually did get the 49ers game right.
I understand you would have got that because of Mac. I think the ones I got wrong were, I know the Giants game I got wrong. I think everybody got the Eagles game wrong.
Yep.
I could say the Dallas game because the only reason that I picked, I know it's hard for you to say that team, the Jets, is because we had no offensive linemen, and I know Justin Fields is a mobile quarterback, and I know how Cowboys are against mobile quarterbacks. They're not that good against them. But I'm not going to go along the line and say, oh, the defense is there, and I'm going to go what Michael Strahan said. He's like, no, I'm not being bitter. I'm telling the truth. When he said, I just got to see what Dallas can do in the playoffs. And I said, well, that's not going to happen. And we all know that. That's because Dallas just beat up a bad team, and the Jets suck. And now they're going to play another bad team, which is the Carolina Panthers, who we know are bipolar as fuck.
Shit, you are not wrong on that one. Holy fuck.
Yeah, so that was, I got that wrong. I know I got the Indy game right. Dolphins fucked me pretty bad. What else did I get? I can't. Tampa and Seattle I got wrong because I did pick Seattle because I thought with all those injuries that Tampa had, I didn't think they were going to win. But Baker, go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say, I actually had Tampa to win that one because I've been saying this for a while too. Baker's got that fucking dog in him.
Oh, yeah. So, hold up. There we go. What else did I get wrong? Arizona and Tennessee. I think everybody got that one wrong.
Oh, we all got that one wrong.
Yeah, we all
got Tyler, just focus on streaming Call of Duty on Twitch and retire from the NFL.
Yeah. Because I think we got 2 more months till Duty comes out. Because Battlefield comes out first, then it's Duty.
Oh, yeah.
So let's see what else. I think everybody got Detroit right. Washington and LA, who did you pick? Because I picked LA.
I also picked LA.
Okay. Well, the Chargers are back to charging.
I thought after I called them charging up that last week, I thought they were going to fucking come in pissed off on this one.
I thought that too, and I thought there was going to be some rust on Jaden, but there was not. And then I'm going to say this Bills-Patriot game, I think that was the fuck you game towards the Bills.
Oh, that was definitely the fuck you game towards the Bills.
Because I said in my head was, I think you probably would have said, Drake May got a stay of execution. He got another stay of execution. Because I thought it was going to be, oh, this is going to get so bad, it's going to get to the point of either Dobbs or Tommy Cutlin's coming
in. Honestly, dude, I said this game was going to go one of 2 ways. Mm-hmm. This is either going to be the Bills fuck you game, which it turned out to be.
Which it did.
Or this is going to be us seeing what Tommy Cutlets can do now he's not in a Giants uniform.
Yeah. That's all in all the ones I got wrong. So we'll start off with some recaps. We'll start off with Rams and 49ers, which I got wrong.
I got that one right, and that was one reason I wanted to get this little fuck you to everyone who said I didn't know what I was talking about these last few years out there, because Friday morning after that game,
Mm-hmm.
my phone blew up with so many fucking texts, so many fucking DMs. Wolf, you were right. Wolf, you were right.
Yeah, I did.
Wolf,
You were right. Yeah.
Wolf, you were right. Yeah, motherfuckers, I knew I was right. I've only been saying this for 3+ fucking years.
Yeah. Trust me, Mac Jones looked good, and I'm not hating on him. The only time I only picked against him because it was just because of all what he was going through, which was no Juwan Jennings, no Kittle, no Ricky Pearsall. I was like, I don't think Mac's going to be able to win this one here. But he did in overtime, which I know why. I know why the Rams went for it, because they didn't want to be in a tie. What happened with Dallas and Green Bay?
Yeah, because let's face it, when you tie,
it's awkward.
And
it's like kissing your sister, as they say down in the South.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's what a tie is. Like I said, when everybody asked me how did I feel when Green Bay tied, when we tied against the Packers, I said, I'm shocked that they tied. I'm shocked we hanged in there, but it's just fucking awkward. Like I said, we weren't going anywhere. I said that tie is going to affect Green Bay more because they're going to go to a playoffs. But now what it does is, okay, you're not winning your division, because I think Detroit's going to lock that up. The worst that you're going to do is possibly be a 6 or a 7.
My money is going to be a 6.
I'm still saying a 6. Yeah, because you now eliminate your chances at a 5. Yeah, pretty much. And I said that right there. Yeah, and for the Rams, it was a shocker. I think the Rams came in cocky thinking they had an easy dub, which they didn't, because Mac Jones proved to all of us was like, hey, fuck you all. I'm not going to lay down here.
No, like I said, he's been proving what I've said about Brock Purdy for years, and this is not a knock at Brock Purdy.
Mm-mm.
It's no way me saying he's a bad quarterback.
No.
I'm saying they're both serviceable quarterbacks, but one was just in a significantly better situation than the other.
Yeah. And literally, Mac was, that night, he was turning chicken shit into chicken salad.
You got me thinking of the old bench warmer Braun skits where he was always where he always had Mac calling Tom Brady his dad.
Yeah. But now it's like, hey, now it's okay. Now he got the job done. And if I were the 49ers, I'll tell you right now, keep riding with Mac until he loses.
Yeah. Oh, that's just smart football. You got to ride the hot hand.
Yeah, you got to. I said eventually when Kittle comes back, they're going to be even more better. Okay, once Kittle gets done salivating over Bailey. I didn't watch Raw tonight, so I don't know. I know Bailey was at ringside tonight, I heard.
Bailey was at ringside. I believe Kittle was there, but I don't think I saw him.
Okay.
But yeah, probably know he's probably sitting in his home, watching on Netflix.
Yeah.
Eating his meat the second he saw it on camera.
Yep.
Oh, and George Kittle, if you by chance listen to this podcast,
mm-hmm.
on behalf of both Dave, his Cowboys, me and my Patriots,
mm-hmm.
fuck you.
Yes. Still, like I said, I still don't like you. I don't care what you do with Bailey, but I'm sorry. After what you did to Dallas that 2 years ago with that fuck Dallas shirt, I'll never forgive. I would have cared if he would have just did fuck Cowboys. Then I get over it for one night. But when you said it to the entire city, I'm sorry. I'm never letting that go anytime soon.
Yeah. Oh, no, I don't blame you, man. That's where you're from, man.
Yeah, like I said, I understand yours because the comparison's a Gronk.
That's the only reason I'm ever going to say fuck you to him.
Yeah, that's mine. Yeah, I understand yours because everybody wants to know why you say it. I know because the comparison's to Gronk. That's why. Mine will always be 2 years ago, back in 2023, when he wore that fuck Dallas shirt. If he would have just did fuck Cowboys, okay, one night I'm over it, then that's it. Like I said, I could have got over it that night. But no, when you said it to the whole entire city, I'm sorry. That's where I was born and raised. You drew the line there, pal.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And on any new listeners who are tuning in for the first time,
mm-hmm.
Yes, DWALK is a Cowboys fan from Dallas. I'm a Philadelphia-born New England Patriots fan. So, yes, so get that little disclaimer out of the way.
Yes. Well, I am a legitimate Cowboys fan. I wasn't during the bandwagon years. I've been through the rough. Trust me, I was through the Dave Campo years, and everybody was like, oh, my God, how did you survive those years? Trust me.
I was a Patriots fan throughout the 90s when
Bill Parcells was there.
Yeah. and we were bipolar as fuck.
Yeah, because I remember that used to be when my father wasn't a real Patriot fan. He was just going where the money was back then.
Yeah.
That's where he was going back then, because he would say he was a Patriots fan. Then the next year I think it was like early 98, 99, goes to the Chiefs way before Mahomes. Then it's New Orleans, and then it'll go to anybody who's going to be the hot team that's going to be with the money. Because I remember his one stupid-ass comment of, the Baltimore Ravens are going to win the Super Bowl. That was his one prior. One I got right was Minnesota and Cleveland.
Yeah, I think everyone got that one right.
Yeah. Yeah, mostly we all got that right. And I thought Minnesota was going to blow another international game, but then I think Addison got in for the touchdown, and Dylan Gabriel did his best. I'll give him that. He tried his best, but unfortunately, he couldn't get the job done.
Yeah, no, he definitely gave it a good old college try.
Yeah, he gave it the college try, but Minnesota needed that game more because they're trying to keep pace with Detroit. And then you also got to try to keep pace with the Bears, too. So right now, I still don't know who's it going to be, if it's going to go back to JJ or do you go back to Carson. Now you go back to that decision. Who do I go with?
Well, if JJ is legitimately injured, I give Carson one more week personally.
Okay. Because that's the tough one. Because I know when Greg Olson brought up last week, he said, hey, if they would have won against Pittsburgh, then you have the question of, hey, do you go back? Do you keep Wentz or do you go back to JJ? Now it's back to, okay, he's now 2-1 as a starter. Now you go and think this over as, hey, where do I see long term here? I'm trying to make a wild card here. Do I keep Wentz, who's a veteran, or do I go to JJ and give him back the realms? I say if it were me, I'd go Carson Wentz, because let JJ learn a little bit more.
Well, let JJ learn a little bit more. And if he was legitimately injured, give him the extra time to heal while he's learning. Yeah,
give him more time to heal while he's learning. I'm not saying, hey, Minnesota still has a shot. I'm not saying Minnesota was going to suck. Like I said Minnesota would be like the last wild card. But let's give it some more time, because I don't know who Minnesota plays. I don't know if Minnesota's on their bye. Let me check the Viking schedule. I think they might be on. Yeah, they're on their bye. They don't play Philadelphia until 2 weeks when they're back home. And if that is Wentz against the Eagles, Wentz is going to have something to prove.
Oh, he's definitely going to have something to prove on that one.
Yeah, and that game's in Minnesota. And I even said, when I did my schedule outlook, I said that could be a trap game for the Eagles.
Yeah, honestly, speaking of which, I was thinking that the Raiders were going to be the fuck you game for the Eagles, but it looks like it was the Broncos instead.
Yeah, it was the Broncos. I said to everybody when it got to Broncos-Eagles, I said Philly would probably escape with a win, because I said Denver's not a bad team. They're not a good team. They're just a team that's trying to find themselves, and Denver actually has a defense.
Not wrong there.
No, that's why I said this would be – now, I would have said if that game would have been in Denver – then I said, Philly's going to lose, because there's no way, because Denver's really good at home, and it's not easy to beat them in Denver. Then I would have said, Denver's taking the win there. But I was like, in Philly, I said Philly was going to get the win, and I said that Philly's first loss was either going to be to the Detroit Lions.
Oh, I definitely could see them losing to the Lions.
That's what I thought the first day. I said that was going to be the preview of the NFC Championship. That pretty much was going to be the NFC Championship matchup. But now it's like, okay, I know come Thursday night, the Eagles are looking for blood right now after getting embarrassed at home. And I know right now also the Bills are looking for blood after losing to your Patriots.
Oh, definitely going to be looking for blood on that one. And I don't blame them, because, well, you know my thoughts on Drake May.
Yeah, I know. Like I said, I kept saying, I don't know if you listened to my 2 previous shows, I said this is the one. If it gets that bad, Drake May is going to be done. It's going to go to either Dobbs or Tommy Cutlets. And then when they pull off the victory, I said Drake May just got 2 weeks of the stay of execution.
Yeah, no, I actually was saying, I was listening to your last 2 shows, and I was saying the same thing. I've had people asking me who I'd rather see go to, Tommy Cutlets or Dobbs. I was like, Tommy Cutlets, just because of what Saquon did last year, what we're seeing with Indiana Jones.
Yeah, I'm on that bandwagon of Indiana Jones.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to jump on that bandwagon too, because fucking a lot of people are calling it's going to be Colts versus Eagles in Super Bowl now. And I'll say right now, if I'm the owner of the Giants and I see that happen,
Yeah.
I'm clearing house.
Oh, yeah, they're going to have to clear house.
Management's gone. Yeah, athletic department's gone. I would fucking clear house.
Yeah, everybody needs to be gone because I've made fun of the Giants, and I said for years, the Giants will go for flashy players, but they won't address their needs. That's the thing. They don't address it. Okay, you know your O-line sucks. Why was Saquon Barkley always getting injured? Is because of your O-line.
Why did Daniel Jones constantly panic and throw interceptions?
Because of the O-line.
Trying to get the ball out of his hands because the O-line collapsed.
Yeah. And everybody wants to say, oh, okay, now that Jackson Dart's in, I'm saying, look, I'm not saying that Jackson Dart's going to be a bust. I don't know what's going to happen next year when he has to have a full season. Just right now, I thought in a game against the Saints were so bad, I thought, okay, hey, you have an easy dub right there. But then come against Philadelphia Thursday night, you're going to come back to earth. But no, nobody could have expected that New Orleans was going to win that game. And let me see. Next one, I think we all might have got this one right. Houston and Baltimore. I picked Houston.
Oh, I picked Houston too. And I don't see Baltimore being much of a threat to many teams without Lamar.
No, I don't either see Baltimore being a threat now because literally you have Aaron Rodgers right now and company first place in that division, which I did not see coming. And right now Aaron Rodgers has been on his best behavior. If anybody's watching this on YouTube, why I just did air quotes. Because there's the possibility he's going to start bitching pretty soon.
Oh, as soon as they lose back-to-back games, his mouth's going to open. He'll be right on the Pat McAfee show.
Yeah, so far he's been on his best behavior. He hasn't CM punked us yet.
Fucking. Speaking of on his best behavior.
Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, we all know Punk's only on his best behavior because he's in relevant storylines.
Yes.
And he's constantly in the fucking title picture.
Yeah.
And, of course, they gave his fucking wife a job now, so you know he's going to be on his best behavior.
Yeah, he has to be on his best behavior because after that, he gets in trouble. He has nowhere else to go because Tony Khan is not going to take him back.
Oh, Tony Khan won't. TNA's in partnership with WWE.
Yeah.
So they won't.
Yeah, because he literally burned a bridge. I don't know if he could go on the Indies on MLW.
Maybe go to the closest thing he would be able to do for mainstream would be New Japan.
Probably, yeah. That's why I said I know Tony Khan's not going to make that move. And I said Tony Khan's already learned his lesson. And right now, hey, Tony Khan's been doing so good, and now I really got to apologize to Jacksonville. I really didn't think Jacksonville was going to win that game. I said 2 days ago when I did my show with Joe Law, I said I know the Jaguars, when it usually comes to situations like this, they normally shit the bed, but they did not. And this is the one instance.
Yeah, no, I got to apologize too because, like you, I thought Jacksonville was going to shit the bed.
Like I said, I was impressed with them beating the 49ers. I was impressed, but I just know it's usually when it comes to these situations, I know they usually shit the bed. But,
yeah, no, I mean, this was tailor-made from the shit the bed.
Yeah, that was. But when Trevor Lawrence went down, I was like, oh, God, this game's over, and the clock's going to run if they nail him. I think Jacksonville had no more timeouts.
Yeah, they didn't.
No, they didn't. And then Kansas City made it worse with that. Butker made it worse doing the kick, and I'm going like, oh, God, I now know where this is going to go. This is going to be the Giants and the Cowboys from 2003. If anybody doesn't know what that game is, here's what I mean by that. Matt Bryant, at that time, when he was a kicker for the Giants thought they had the lead and had an easy win. Matt Bryant kicks the ball way out of bounds with 11 seconds left for the Cowboys. Quincy Carter throws a dart to Antonio Bryant. Billy Cundiff makes a field goal, and then the Cowboys win in overtime. And I was thinking that right there, that always comes to my mind when someone always kicks the ball out of bounds when it's the fourth quarter, when you know you have a win.
Yeah, seriously.
That will always come to my mind. But on the other hand, Houston looked better. I know they shut out the Titans, and now they got I'm not going to say it's an impressive win, but it was against Cooper Rush. It wasn't against Lamar.
Yeah. No, if it would have been against Lamar, it would have actually meant something.
That would have meant something. But I know that Houston's trying to keep pace with Indy and Jacksonville right now, and they're trying to do everything in their power to do it. But I know it was a win that they needed. Baltimore is going to be for a while once Lamar comes back, you're going to need that defense is completely banged up after that Chiefs game. And that's why, like I said, everybody with the Chiefs, the Chiefs are back. The Chiefs are back. No, they are not.
Nope.
I said after one game, you can't go off of one game.
Definitely not going off of one game.
No,
Nope.
No, you're not going off of one game. Okay, you have to. Like I said to them now is, okay, you now have to make a trade for a receiver. Unfortunately, you cannot go to Tyreek Hill because he is injured. The Tyreek Hill sweepstakes is over. And I know when you saw Tyreek Hill get injured, did you think he was going to pull on Earl Thomas and flip them off?
I was positive. I was waiting for it.
That's what I was thinking he was going to do.
I have never seen a man so excited to suffer a potentially career-ending injury.
Yeah. Because I was thinking he was going to pull an Earl Thomas. When he was injured, I was thinking, oh, he's going to pull an Earl Thomas. I'm waiting for him to flip this bench off. But no, he was in pain or laughing, one of the two, because he knows right now, okay, next year, there's the possibility I'm not going to be here. I don't know where I'm going to go, where my career is going to go. Because right now I said, well, the Chiefs can't get him. And that's when I was looking at that game. I said, well, there's still two receivers I think the Chiefs can get. One is Garrett Wilson. Because he is good, even though he's been going through unstable quarterback play. I feel bad for that kid. That's why I think that he needs to go somewhere on a winner.
Oh, he definitely does.
That's why I said I'm hoping the Chiefs try to make a move for him. The other is Marvin Harrison Jr., even though I know it's early and I know, hey, the Cardinals invested a lot of money in, but there's just no chemistry between him and Kyler. I don't know what it is. I don't know. Did Marvin Harrison beat him in a Call of Duty game? And that's why Kyler has this little, not going to give him the ball, and he's going to Trey McBride. I don't know. Or maybe Marvin Harrison fucked one of his old girlfriends or his current girlfriend or wife or whatever.
If anything, the way Kyler is, it wouldn't surprise me if he beat Kyler in a ranked match.
I don't know what it is. That's why I just don't get why there's no chemistry between them.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only thing that makes sense to me.
Yeah. Next one is Miami, Carolina. I picked Miami. Who did you pick? Because I think we both might have got this one wrong.
I also picked Miami on this one.
Yeah, we both got that wrong.
Fucking, what the fuck was this? This was a week of upsets.
This was like the bizarre week. I remember I had that bizarre week in 2023. Remember that time when the Patriots beat your Bills, and I thought that Bill Belichick was going to that the Patriots gave him that money. And I thought that he was playing for his money. I thought that Belichick was playing for his job at that time.
I remember that too, because I'm a Patriots fan. I'm saying, yeah, Belichick's just trying to keep his job right now.
Yeah, that's what I thought he was playing for his job, and they pulled off the upset. I remember that week because that was the time I was drinking the Detroit Kool-Aid, and that's when Baltimore beat the shit out of Detroit, and that was when I did the infamous Family Guy Taylor Swift rant.
Infamous, dude. That is probably going to be one of your greatest hits.
That was the second out of my greatest hits, which was that one and then the Christmas one. So far, I haven't had to do one yet, but I don't think she was in Jacksonville. I said at that point, and I was like, no, I don't think she's in Jacksonville. And right now, well, Florida's got a lot of strip clubs. If Travis is trying to go there, and Travis, if you are trying to cheat, I will give you. Well, I don't know if my beach house is still there. I don't know who owns it because you know the situation. You know the personal situation going on in my family life.
Yeah.
That's why I said I don't know who owns that piece of property in Orange Lake, Kissimmee.
I mean, we all know Travis can afford to rent it for a night from whoever.
Yeah, I said I'd give it to him for that night, whoever it is, whoever he tries to get. So, yeah, but I know in that one is Dolphins, Panthers. Dolphins blew a game, and I thought that was a game they were going to win. And Carolina, I don't know what I get with Bryce Young at times. Like I said, the man is bipolar as fuck.
Yeah, there's a couple quarterbacks I say that about, and he is definitely one of them.
Yeah, he's bipolar as fuck at times. And I know Rico Dow was happy that he got his win. Then he said, oh, I can't wait till I run all over the Cowboys. I said, Rico, don't go too far with it, man. Every time when Bryce Young has played us in the last two meetings, Bryce Young has literally been sacked to hell. And this time, okay, last year, Dak literally destroyed that defense. Cooper Rush did. And I wouldn't be shocked if George Pickens decides to have another good game again.
I would not be either.
Yeah, so that's why I said Carolina was lucky to get that win to try to stay. Well, I'm not saying stay with Tampa because Tampa's running away with that division, but I'm not going to go that one. So that one was one I got wrong. Everybody should have got this one right. Raiders and the Colts. I picked the Colts.
I picked the Colts, but I thought the Raiders were going to put more of a fight than that. Jesus fuck. How did my Patriots lose this in the season opener?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out. I thought, hey, I know they had a demoralizing victory. Daniel Jones threw an interception, and then it goes like I said, no, I don't think this was old Daniel Jones because here's the thing. The Colts put up a good fight against the Rams. They were able to hang with them. It was just Stafford had a wide open Tutu Atwell. That's what did it. And then Daniel Jones threw an interception. And that's when I said, you know what? I'm not going to trash Daniel Jones because he played a good game. He kept them in this. But when it goes to the Raiders, I'm thinking, I thought the Raiders would put up somewhat of a fight. But no. The Colts was just like, no. In a game that they thought they should have won against the Rams, they just came in here pissed off.
They really did. You were not wrong.
They were not saying, hey, look, we're not laying down. Yeah, we were pissed. We should have beat the Rams if I hadn't thrown that interception. And like I said, I don't think anybody expected the Colts to be a sleeper team this year.
I know. I sure saw.
I didn't. No, I didn't.
I think we thought they were going to be tanking for Arch Manning.
That's what I thought too. And right now, I don't see them tanking because right now the Colts are thinking right now is maybe a division. And maybe right now they got to see if they can try to beat Jacksonville. If they can take at least one, you have a chance of getting your division. But if Jacksonville sweeps you, you can get in as a wild. You'll get in as a wild card.
But definitely not in the division.
No. But you got to try to take at least one from Jacksonville. I think Houston's still vulnerable at this point. But if you could try to take at least one from Jacksonville, then you may have a chance to get your division. Yeah, just the Raiders. It's like, well, it's Raider things as always. And it's like, okay, Pete Carroll thought, he fixed Geno when he was in Seattle, but there ain't no fixing here.
I mean, the only thing I'll say in Pete Carroll and Geno's defense, though, is they were working with way better receivers in Seattle than they are in fucking
Vegas. Yeah, because Vegas, there's nothing there. And the only thing you have is Ashton Jennings, who's finally starting to get – who I thought was starting to get into a groove when against the Bears, but now he didn't even show up in this game. It just with, okay, what happened? Last week we were calling a while back we were calling Ashton Jennings a bust. Then when he plays against Chicago, he's looking good. And in this game, he didn't even show up.
I kind of given up trying to figure him out. I think he's just another bipolar player.
I think that too. And I know Max Crosby wants to stay with the Raiders for life, but I was Max Crosby. Try to demand a trade, dude. I don't care to where. Just go to somewhere where you can get a ring. I feel bad for you, man.
I mean, the 49ers could definitely use him since they lost Bosa.
Yeah, I'd say that. Yeah, now that Bosa's out, I would use him. I said last year I was hoping Detroit would have got him, but when Hutchinson went down, and that was last year when I made that plea to Detroit. And I said, look, if Detroit wants to win a Super Bowl, I think that man is the missing piece.
Oh, he is. He was hands down definitely the missing
piece. I
thought
thought he would be the missing piece. I thought, okay, remember when the Cowboys back in the day got Charles Haley? And look how many Super Bowls they got because of him. I thought, hey, Detroit got him. Oh, I could see them probably be a dynasty soon.
Oh, definitely. I could see that too.
Yeah, Detroit's still good. I know Detroit probably is going to make some moves in the deadline to see what they can do. Yeah, you still have Hutchinson, you have Anceloni, and you have Brian Branch. But I still think Detroit probably might decide, hey, you know what? We should have never got eliminated, one and done by the Commanders. Let's see if we can make some moves here to try to get us to the Super Bowl.
I mean, that's definitely what they should have done.
Yeah, they should have did that one. Next one is one I got wrong, and I'm going to vomit saying this one was when I picked the Giants over the Saints.
Dude, I got that one wrong too.
Same here.
I'm not even gonna. I don't blame you for vomiting on that one. Anytime I say a New York team's going to win, I want to vomit.
Same
So
here.
I'm right there with you.
Well, the same here, because that's why I said when you heard my episode with Joe Law, I struggled when I said that.
I did hear that, and I was like, this sounds like me saying the.
Yeah, that's why.
Oh, man.
I had to struggle in that vomit.
You know what? This is one thing the only reason I will ever give George Kittle a partial pass for saying fuck Dallas.
Yeah.
Because at the same time, I know if I was in this position, I would be wearing a shirt that says fuck New York.
Oh, I'd give a pass on that because I can't stand the state of New York. Too much traffic and all that. The only thing I liked about going to New York those 2 times was those 2 cons, which was the Fanatics Fest one where I met Emmitt Smith and CeeDee Lamb, Chelsea Green, Alexa Bliss, Undertaker. The only thing I was just mad, they wouldn't let me do the iconic Krusty the Clown handshake with him because anybody doesn't know me, I'm a big Simpsons fan and a big Undertaker fan. I was trying to recreate that episode when Krusty got framed for robbery. At the time when the Undertaker in 94 had nobody believed that he was the real Undertaker, that one, I was hoping to do the iconic handshake with him, but they wouldn't let us do it.
Oh, that fucking sucks.
But Taker still shook my hand though, and he was a cool dude. Taker was really, really cool with it though.
Oh, Taker's always fucking cool as shit.
Yeah, he was cool because he's a Cowboys fan. He saw me with the hat and the shirt. He was like, "Oh, nice shirt and hat, man." Because I wanted to say, I said the Undertaker and I beat when I was sick. He was like, "Thank God you're still here with us." And too bad. If I was getting his autograph, I would have told the other story was, "Hey, when I was a kid, I was a diehard fan of you back in the '90s, and my grandmother, who was like a good seamstress, she literally made me an Undertaker costume for Halloween."
That is fucking awesome, bro.
Yeah, she literally did that because she knew how much I loved the Undertaker back in the '90s. In '94, she literally made me a homemade Undertaker costume when it was for Halloween. Because I was going to be a Power Ranger, and then my grandmother gave me an Undertaker costume. I was like, I'll take that one because the Undertaker is my favorite wrestler.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so that was that one. I never got to tell Taker that, but if he's back again, they do another Fanatics Fest. I'm going to get something autographed by him. I don't know what. I'll pick. So, which eventually he will. But that one was to my friend Aaron, who I work with, who is a security guard. Shout outs to you. Your team got your first win. No offense, no problem with that. I just thought that how the Saints were playing, how they look, I didn't think they were going to get a win. I didn't think the Saints were going to be winless. I thought the Saints would eventually get a win eventually, but which we knew it was again. And the Giants literally have nothing for them, which was you only got 14 points, and then after that you couldn't muster up anything else. After when Cam Scadaboo fumbled at the worst time in the goal line, and that got picked up for a huge scoop and score.
Saying that was the worst time to fumble is putting it politely.
That was the worst.
Cam, you fucked up.
Yeah, you did.
Honestly, I thought it was going to be the Saints and Colts competing for the fucking Arch Manning sweepstakes.
That's what I thought too. The Saints are still in that running. The other team from New York is in that running.
Shocker.
Yeah, that's not a shocker. Yeah, that was, I just knew it was okay. And then Jackson Dart threw interceptions, and I'm going like, well, here it is. Now we could stop this whole Jackson Dart mania because it was a while back, y'all. Everybody was sucking the dick of Tommy Cutlets before he went to New England, how that was going. And now let's stop that right now. Because right now, what I'm going to say to the Giants is, I listened to a YouTuber by the name of Bad Dog, and I know that cool dude, cool New Yorker. He tells the truth about his Giants. He does not live in denial about it.
You are so right. He is the most honest Giants fan in the world.
Yeah, he is. Now, sometimes I watch some of his streams, and I know, hey, look, even though we're both on opposing sides, but he'll tell it like it is, and I'll appreciate that with one Giants fan that I appreciate who will tell it like it is. He doesn't deny it. He doesn't. He even said, hey, look, I'm still going to be in this for the long haul. I'm going to still stream. It's just, I just lost. I have no feeling. I lost hope. And I said, I feel for you, man. Same way I feel about Dallas at times. And speaking of my team, and I got to apologize to my state because I thought we were going to lose to that team in New York because, and I'm going to explain my reasons why. I thought because most of our offensive lineman was out and no Lamb. And the defense cannot do good against mobile quarterbacks, which we know Justin Fields is a mobile quarterback. And I'm going to say this, shockingly, the defense stopped him. And I'm not saying that this defense is to what it is. One game ain't going to say that this defense is what it is. We know the Jets are a horrible team. I got that wrong. I don't know who you picked in that one.
I actually also had your Cowboys winning that one. Because honestly, at the end of the day, I felt like these two teams were pretty much evenly matched.
Mm-hmm.
So I just went with Dallas because fuck the Jets. And
I understand that. Yeah, the only reason I picked the Jets because Justin Fields is a mobile quarterback. That's the thing. We suck against mobile quarterbacks, and I had a feeling that he was going to run, but they proved me wrong, and it was more of, but Dak looked good regardless, and that was the whole thing. And I know Sauce Gardner thought he was doing a good job on Pickens, but then when it was a one-on-one matchup, Pickens burnt his ass.
Very, very true on that one.
Here's the thing. If I would have had time off, I would have gone to that game regardless. Even if Dallas had beat Green Bay or lost to the Packers, I would have been like, you know what? It's the Jets. I ain't got nothing to worry about. It's not like they're going to try to do anything to me. They're 0-4. So by the time I would have got done and took time off, I probably would have been celebrating a victory in American Dream or at FanDuel. Well, thank God I didn't go to the FanDuel Sports House because I would have lost money there.
Oh, God. Yeah.
I think I would have been better off just going to American Dream, going to a restaurant, having a beer, and just rubbing it in.
You definitely would have had a lot more fun doing that.
I would have did that, yeah. But like I said, to the city of Dallas, I apologize. This is the one where I got wrong because I thought because of Justin Fields, but Williams looked good. I'll say this right now on Ryan Fournette. Start him over Jalen Tolbert, please.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
Because I never was a big Jalen Tolbert fan when he got drafted.
Yeah, me neither.
I never was. I'll give Tolbert his one moment was against Pittsburgh last year. You came in clutch, and that was it. But since then, you haven't done anything for me. And Ryan Fournette was okay. Yeah, he was getting a shot here, and he looked a whole lot better. So trust me, he almost could have got a touchdown on one of them. But it's hey, look, he got the job done. The Cowboys got the job done. It was needed. Okay, you're now 3-2 and you're 2-2-1. Now you got to go to Carolina, which shouldn't be a problem. And I'm hoping you can shut Rico Dowell's mouth because after this, I know their schedule doesn't get any. They know they have to play. Let me see who they. I gotta go to their schedule before they have to play a winning team. Because I know their schedule goes to this. It says Carolina, which is a bad team. That's a win. The Redskins, the jury is still out. I don't know what to expect out of that one. Denver, we never do good in Denver, and we're going to get killed in South Park.
Oh, you guys definitely are.
Yeah, we never do good against Denver. We never do. And in that game being in South Park, yeah, we're losing in South Park. Arizona, I don't know. Maybe this is finally the one time we get Kyler Murray. The Raiders we should beat, and then after that big ass gauntlet. That's it. I'll say their last win probably is going to be by the Raiders. That's going to be their last win. Maybe the Chargers and maybe Washington in a fuck you game.
Yeah, I can see that happening.
Yeah, that's why I said. And like I said, when Terry Bradshaw was saying to Michael Strahan, "Oh, you're just being bitter." No, he wasn't being bitter. He was telling the truth.
Speaking of Raiders and fuck you games.
Yeah.
This is a good one. I think I told you, a buddy of mine who's a Raiders fan, he's dragging me with him to Eagles Raiders, and I'm going in my Patriots gear. So,
hey, ain't nothing gonna happen to you there. Where's that game? And I think is it in Las Vegas? I think, or is it?
No, that one's in Philly.
Oh, okay.
I was actually joking. We should get you to come with us because that just sounds like the start of a fucking 100 bad jokes. And you, a Patriots fan, a Raiders fan, and a Cowboys fan go to an Eagles game together.
Oh yeah. Let me see what time. If I got the money, I wouldn't mind going just to take a break. Yeah.
Dude, I would fucking cover you for the tickets.
Okay, let's just see when is. I got to make sure. I got to see what day that. If it's a Sunday, I don't care. I just got to make sure. It just can't be. No, wait. I know the Eagles play us after Full Gear. That's what I was trying to make sure of. And speaking of the one with the Full Gear thing, I know a lot of people thought that me and Rick was going to have heat because Jamie Hayter beat Anna Jay. I said, for out there, don't try to start those rumors between us. I knew Jamie was beating Anna, and I don't live in the world of now. I love Anna Jay, but I knew Anna was not going to beat Jamie that night. If you saw Collision that Saturday.
Oh, I did.
Yeah, that's what I said. I knew. I'll say this is what I'll say to people when Anna, when she does have against those main event talents, they don't eat her up. At least they try to make it look like she has a chance. And besides that point, Jamie literally helped Anna and shook her hand. And Jamie knew that Anna took her to her limit. All right, let's see. Yeah, that ain't until the 14th of December.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could probably. Yeah, I probably could do that.
Okay. All right. For anyone listening to this podcast, a Patriots fan, a Raiders fan, and a Cowboys fan are going to go to an Eagles game together.
Yeah.
Over under by halftime. How many fucking Three Stooges jokes do you think we're going to hear?
Probably a lot.
I say the over under, factoring the fact that we're going to tailgate, is going to be around 1,000 by halftime.
Yeah, I could do that. Yeah, I could do that. Let me see what the next game I got right and wrong here. Denver, Philly. I think we all got wrong because I picked Philly.
I picked Philly on that one too.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a game I think that nobody saw coming. And I said that Philly probably would escape with the win. I was dead wrong because literally I don't know what the Eagles were doing. They didn't use A.J. Brown. Saquon got used a lot, and then the penalties did not help. The one where they went for it on fourth down, the illegal shift by Saquon. And then there were a lot of missed calls in that game too.
There were a ton of missed calls in that game. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if AJ's not getting used much just because they're all getting sick and tired of his bitching.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if the Chiefs tried to actually make a trade for him just because they know he's not happy in Philly.
No, because I know him and Jalen, because even Jalen said, I don't talk to him.
Yeah.
And he even admitted that too. And I'm like, oh, God, this is going to get a lot worse to the point of you keep getting disgruntled. And then it goes to the point. I'll give this on Denver's part, getting gutsy going for 2.
Oh, I will too on that. That was very gutsy.
That was very gutsy. And I knew what Denver was doing was, hey, I don't want to go to an overtime with Jalen Hurts.
Oh, definitely not.
That's what Sean Payton was thinking. I really don't want to go to an overtime. Because at the rate it was going, I was thinking this was going to go to overtime. And I was saying to my mother, who was an Eagles fan, I said, here's the thing. All these penalties and all that, I'm saying, here's the thing. You could have stopped Denver because there's a couple calls that could have got called. The one where they took back the intentional grounding, which I thought he did intentionally ground. They said there was a receiver in that view. I didn't see a receiver in there.
Yeah, I didn't see a receiver in that one either.
Yeah, I know. And then there was the tuck rule. I was like, oh, that's a little close right there.
Oh, that was very close.
That was very close. And his arm going forward, I said, oh, that's close. And then the one where the Eagles thought they had a catch, which I thought that was a catch. From a different angle, I said, okay, both feet are in. He has the ball. I don't know how that's getting reversed. How that did not get reversed.
Yeah, they should have challenged that.
No, they did challenge it. They didn't reverse it. That was the thing. That call stood.
Oh, wait, they did challenge?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. They did challenge that.
But it didn't get reversed. That was the thing. It didn't get reversed. I was just shocked. And I said, look, I don't know. One of my friends who was a Denver Broncos fan went to Philadelphia, Patrice Barnes. I said, shout out to you. I'm shocked you got out of there alive and well, wearing your Denver gear with I think that was with her husband or boyfriend.
Oh, God. Yeah, it was an early Halloween miracle.
Yeah. And like I said, I know my other friend, Amanda Friedel, she was there. I said, oh, that was the worst time you had to pick to go to a game. Because I said Philadelphia the state of Pennsylvania was already going through hell. Penn State getting upset by UCLA. The Phillies blowing a lead. And then the Phillies losing again. And now I got to deal with my boss because he's a Dodgers fan. I got to deal with No, because here's the thing. We would have had a bet. I said if whoever won the series, they had to buy lunch. He didn't take that bet, and now he was like, "I wish I would have took that bet because I would have had you buy me filet mignon."
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude, that would suck.
thank God he didn't accept it. Thank God he didn't accept it. But now I got to hear it tomorrow. I was like, "Oh God, I got to hear this tomorrow." And that was one. And now, hey, now Philly losing to Denver. I said, yeah, the state of PA did not do very good. They didn't expect all these losses.
Oh, let me just calm down.
I got you.
No, speaking of all these losses, I just have to keep stopping myself because I'm not trying to get your show canceled on you.
You're good, man.
But, dude, if you'd have told me that the Phillies were going to be down 2-0 in the fucking divisional series by the end of tonight, Penn State was going to fuck up, and suddenly my Patriots were going to remember how to play football, I would have laughed at you.
Yeah, I know, because nobody would have thought that. If I would have said I would have picked the Patriots over the Bills, everybody would have thought I was drunk. And I would have said, no, nobody expected. I said the Patriots were hanging in there, and I'm going like, okay, this is the stay of execution. I said Drake May just bought him 2 weeks of a stay of execution.
Yeah, no, I expected just because divisional rival, we were going to hang tough and stay in there.
Yeah.
But I thought we were going to lose.
Yeah.
And come on, I'm a Patriots fan being real.
Like, yeah, you're a real Patriots fan. Yeah. I knew that. But I said when they won, I said, I know there's either two things. Wolf probably right now down in a whole case of beer right now after that win.
Almost. I downed the whole bottle of Jack.
Actually. Oh, okay. It was something. It was some kind of alcohol you were down in that night. Trust me, I downed like 2 beers when the Cowboys beat the Jets, and I was like, okay, fuck it, I'll take my 2 beers.
Fucking that was the pleasant surprise to make up for the fact that I lost 500 on Penn State.
Yeah, I didn't bet on college, but I know everybody lost a lot of money on Penn State.
Yeah, no, I lost 500 on that one.
Oh God, oh man.
So I was like, you know what? This is my consolation.
Yeah. Next one we have is, well, I think the whole world got this one wrong. Tennessee and Arizona, because I got it wrong because I picked the Arizona Cardinals.
If you would have fucking told me you were picking Tennessee, I would have showed up at your house with a case of water and said, I'm not leaving until you drink all this.
Yeah. I just want to know, how the fuck can you fuck up an interception? You have a pick, and then after that you lose the said pick, and then it goes right back in the end zone where Tennessee scores.
I don't even know how that happens, dude. I watched it happen in real time, and I'm still trying to figure out.
That's what I'm saying. I'm watching in real time too, and I said this is like one of them things you see on one of the football bloopers videos and DVDs.
I mean, that's gonna be up there with like the fucking Mark Sanchez butt fumble.
Yeah, that's gonna be up there with butt fumble and all that. But I'm like, how the hell do you? And this was a game that you should have won because we know the Titans are a young team. And okay, we thought, okay, well, right now we know they're not going to be going winless because I almost thought they were. And hell, that team in New York, the Jets, might be going winless. And like
That'll
I said,
be one of my great victories of this season.
Yeah, trust me, and I like Aaron Glenn as the next guy, but I feel bad for him in this situation.
Yeah, I don't blame you there.
Yeah, I liked Aaron Glenn as a player, and I also like what he was doing in Detroit as a defensive coordinator. But I said, dude, you got a cursed job because it used to be Detroit was the cursed job that nobody wanted. Now it is, God forbid, when Dan Campbell retires, everybody's going to want it.
Oh, yeah. No, because fucking that's all Dan. Like, he really changed culture there.
Yeah, he did.
Lay down and die to start biting people's ankles.
Yeah. Trust me, I feel bad for Aaron. And okay, Ben Johnson is doing a little bit good. Okay, with Chicago right now at the moment, but it's still early on.
Yeah, I need at least like 2 or 3 more games.
Yeah, I got to get a little bit more out of him. I thought what Aaron Glenn was, I said, look, this is a rebuild season for the Jets. It's not going to be that good. He's going to be okay. The first year is going to be some growing pain, but with this, oh God, I don't think he expected to be. Hell, I didn't expect Dallas to pull off the victory like that. I thought it was going to be almost like the 0-3 game when they were down there. But no, it was more of Dallas because it was almost similar to the 0-3 game when they knocked out when they caused the fumble on Brees Hall. I said, this is almost similar to the 0-3 game. But the only difference was scoring-wise.
Yeah. You were definitely not wrong on that.
The difference was, yeah. Yeah, because the difference was, okay, Bill Parcells was in his first year when he went there, and that was literally when I remember Dick Stockton's little line. Here's another number that New York fans don't ever want to remember, the 11 seconds. I will always remember when Dick Stockton said that. He's like, two names they didn't ever want to remember during that year. One, Antonio Bryant, the other because of the catch, and then the touchdown, and then at that 11 seconds.
Yeah.
That was always they never wanted to hear. But in that instance, it was the Titans got a shock win I didn't expect. And right now the Cardinals are going backwards right now because you now have lost 2 games. The Seattle one, it took him long enough to get Marvin Harrison Jr. involved. And in this one, I don't know what the hell. And like we said earlier, I don't know if there is some beef between those two. If, like we said, did Marvin beat Kyler in a ranked Call of Duty matchup? Or did he steal one of his girlfriends or fuck his current girlfriend or wife? I don't know.
Yeah, like, seriously, I think you and I are going to be wondering this for a while.
It's been like this since last year.
Yeah.
And like I said, I like Marvin Harrison Jr. I thought he was going to be a stud, like a top 10.
Oh, you and me both.
But now it's like, dude, that's what I said. If I were the Chiefs, try to make a move for him. And I know Marvin Harrison Jr. opened his mouth and said, hey, I want the ball more. Because all Kyler keeps doing is just keep going to McBride. And then a lot of people are going to start catching on. And a lot of teams are going to catch on. Oh, he's not going to go to Marvin. He's going to keep going to McBride.
Then they're just going to start double teaming the shit out of McBride, and that'll be it.
Yeah. I'm saying, is that what it's got to take to get to Marvin Harrison? At least I can say to this, okay, eventually once Lamb does come back for the Cowboys, hey, at least Dak knows, okay, if Lamb's double teamed, I can go to Pickens.
Yeah.
And I can say this, and I'm shocked. George Pickens actually I thought was going to be a headache. I'm shocked he isn't. Because I literally thought when they picked him up, I said, I recall when this man was a headache for Pittsburgh. He didn't show up in games. He was complaining and crashing out. And I said, great, we got another headache here. And I said, yeah, I know it's only a 1-year deal, but I'm glad out of this one is, even once this 1-year deal is up, I'm saying this right now, Jerry, in all your power, I hope you re-sign George Pickens.
It's just in. George Pickens leaves the Dallas Cowboys in free agency. Jerry Jones' response, fuck you, DWALK.
Yeah, he would do that. Yeah, I know he's not listening to this. I know that. He would do that. But I'm hoping he does. I'm wishing for it, but I know it probably might not happen.
No. Someone in his front office is going to come play him this clip, and he's going to say, I don't know who this D-Walker is, but fuck him.
Well, he knows my cousin. He works in his offices, so my cousin probably going to get in trouble at work. Well, sorry, Quincy. It's probably nice knowing you can start packing up your office.
That would fucking suck.
Yeah, you start packing. Well, no, he's told me some rumors on Jerry Jones. He told me one was if you sneeze during a boardroom meeting with him, he will fire your ass on the spot.
Oh, so he's Vince McMahon too. He's another Vince McMahon.
Yeah, basically, because when he told me that, he said, yeah, if you sneeze during a boardroom meeting with him, he'll fire your ass on the spot. I said, oh, basically, he's Vince McMahon. That's what Vince McMahon used to do. So I heard that rumor with Vince McMahon. If you sneeze during a boardroom meeting with him, he'd fire your ass. Yeah, so that's with that one. Next one we got is Tampa and Seattle. I wish I would have stayed with Tampa in this one and not picked Seattle. The only reason because I thought with those injuries, no Mike Evans. In Seattle, it's tough to win. No Bucky Irving, and I thought that they were not going to win it, but the cardiac Bucks pull it off again.
Yeah, like I said, I had the Bucks on this one. Fucking, I just knew Baker had that dog in him. He's another one, like I said, along with Mac Jones. I've been saying people were ragging on them.
Mm-hmm.
These guys have proven me fucking right.
Yep.
Fuck anyone told me I don't know anything about football for being behind Baker, for being behind Mac. What now, bitches?
Yeah. Yeah, I was wrong on that one. Yeah, that one was more of, like I said, Baker had been playing good football, and I was the believer in when he got there the first year. When you told me, hey, Baker's going to do good, and the Bucs are going to do good, because everybody said, oh, they can't do it without Brady. They can't do it without Brady. Since the 2 years he's been there, 2 playoffs, 1 divisional, and then last year the shock elimination in the wild card.
Yeah, dude, fucking that was a major shock elimination, but. Like you said, you're the one who keeps reminding people. I said it back all the way back then.
Yeah.
That team's coming in. Baker has something to prove. He's playing for his career. The rest of these guys are coming in with a chip on their shoulder because all they're hearing all that offseason was they're nothing without Brady.
Yeah. And trust me, they're doing it very well, because right now they have that rookie, Emeka. I think he's going to be rookie of the year, Emeka.
I will be surprised if he isn't.
Yeah, I think he will, because they've got a gem in that kid right now, and Baker's using the hell out of that kid. And eventually, when Mike Evans comes back from his injury, you now have Godwin back. That offense is going to be dangerous.
That offense is like one really good tight end away.
Yeah, they are a tight end away. It's just right now you have the running back pieces in Bucky Irving and Rachaad White. Once Bucky comes back from his injury, you're going to be set. Once Mike Evans comes back from injury, you're going to be set. I think, like you said, it's just one tight end away they need. Because literally, like Baker said in a press conference, that McMillan was like, oh, this was his flu game. I said, I didn't know Chase McLaughlin was sick.
Yeah, I didn't know he was sick either.
I didn't know either, because I said, because if he was sick, he would have been missing extra points. Or missing some field goals, but I think he was just morely for extra points. But yeah, then he got the crucial field goal that was needed for the win. And hey, I said that Tampa was going to win that division, and I still am a believer in them. The possibility of, okay, is can they move their seeding up a little bit higher to a 3? Or I'm not going to say 2 just yet, because there's a lot more. If they would have beat Philadelphia and they had a tiebreaker with Philly, then they would have got a 2.
Oh, definitely. I think they're going to cap out at a 3 seed.
Yeah, I think more likely they would be a 3, because how they've been playing, because your 4 possibly is either going to be the Rams or the 49ers. Even though I said I didn't think the 49ers were going to go far, but if they keep with Mac Jones and keep this going with him, I would not be shocked if the 49ers are a 4.
Yeah, definitely. I wouldn't be surprised either. And
yeah,
like I said, I know I would definitely keep it going with Mac Jones, just because it's smart football. You got to ride the hot.
Yeah, you have to. You have to ride the hot hand. Why would you want to disrupt this? I think that they shouldn't have did was rush Brock Purdy back against Jacksonville.
Oh, and that was a game. That was a game where Mac would have been going in there feeling like he has something to prove.
Yeah, because they cut him.
Yeah, they cut him. Those are 2 teams he is salivating over chances to play.
Yeah.
Jags and the Patriots.
Yeah. I don't think the Patriots play the 49ers this year. I don't think they do.
I have to double check, but I don't think they do either.
No, they don't, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's one that Mac would love.
Yeah.
The only thing that would make it better for him is if Bill was still there.
Yeah, but yeah, Bill's in North Carolina. Look how that's going.
Oh, fucking. Well, Bill, at least you still got a young girlfriend.
Yeah, that's the only thing you got. You still got a young girlfriend. Yeah, he's got that going for him. Next one, I think everybody got this right. Detroit and Cincinnati. I picked Detroit.
Oh, I picked Detroit too. I'm sorry. This team is dead without fucking
Burrow.
Joe Burrow.
Oh, yeah. It is so dead, because Jake Browning sucked. He was way, way reckless with the football. And all those interceptions literally – and hell, Detroit could have handed that game to them if they wanted to. And I was finally proud that Sam Laporta finally had the breakout game that I wanted.
Yeah, he had the great one. T. Higgins, by the way, fuck you. You fucked up my parlay on this game.
Yeah. Oh, I think Jamar Chase was the only one that did anything.
Out of him.
Yeah, I don't blame you. The only thing I'm mad at Detroit was Amon-Ra St. Brown didn't score. I said, of all the time you picked not to score, because everybody scored on the Detroit parlay. I just needed was Brown to score, and he doesn't.
I had Laporta, I had Gibbs.
Same here. Montgomery.
I did have Montgomery. I had Gofford plus 250 passing yards.
Oh, yeah, that was going to happen, yeah.
Like I said, the only thing that fucked up my parlay on this game was
I
had Higgins for 25 passing yards and a touchdown.
Yeah.
He got his touchdown, but 3 fucking yards.
Oh, yeah. And I said right now, and if I were the Bengals right now, backup quarterbacks, if you need one, see if you can get Russell Wilson for cheap.
Russell Wilson, or fuck it, take a damn gamble on Kirk Cousins.
That too. I'd take a gamble on him too, or worse, Anthony Richardson, because he ain't doing nothing. Because I can tell you right now, Daniel Jones ain't giving that job up anytime soon.
The only way Anthony Richardson is starting now is if, God forbid, Daniel Jones goes down with an injury.
That's the only other way. But right now, like I said, Browning is not the answer. And if I were them, I would say make a move for, like I said, the Giants are going to be cleaning the house anyway. Russ was only there for a 1-year deal. Make a move, make a call to them, offer whatever pick, and get him.
Bengals are probably calling Fox like, what's the buyout for Tom Brady's contract?
I think Brady going to be saying, I ain't taking that deal. I'm happy in the booth.
Oh, fucking.
Or call Derek Carr out of retirement.
I mean, he said if the right situation opens up, he would be open to it.
Yeah. Trust me, I think Brady can fix that team. That's not the issue. It's just going to be a little bit of rust.
Oh, yeah, no, Brady can fix that team because he's used to fucking non-existent O-lines letting him get the shit sacked out of him. I mean, he was the all-time sack leader for a while.
Yeah, he was at the time, yeah, regardless of that. But he still knew how to get you Super Bowls.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I said Brady probably thinking of taking that deal right now. I said, hell, if I were them, try to make a move for somebody. Because I can tell you right now, it's over. We know it's over.
Oh, yeah.
Game over. Rigor mortis, habeas corpus. It's over. So, like I said, if I were the Bengals, Russell Wilson is cheap. See if you can get Derek Carr out of retirement. See if you can try to get Kirk Cousins away from Atlanta. Or if you're that desperate, get Anthony Richardson.
I mean, hell, if they're desperate enough, fucking who else has been talking about coming out of retirement is Nick Foles.
Yeah.
I mean, again, it'll be a couple years of rust, but still, it's going to be better than Jake Browning.
Yeah, bigger than him, because this is just bad. I said I don't know any other quarterbacks that you can take. Like I just said, my few. What we just said was Cousins, Russ, Derek Carr if he wants to come out of retirement, Brady if he wants to come out of retirement, and I said the last one was Anthony Richardson if you're that desperate.
Well, like I said, I mean, if you're that desperate, you might as well just call Nick Foles.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, but,
because speaking of which, the only thing that's the problem with Nick Foles is talk about bipolar.
Mm.
You know, it's going to go one of two ways. He's either going to come in really hot and be like almost as good as Burrow.
Yeah.
Or he's going to come in really cold and be just as bad as Browning.
Yeah, that's the thing. You don't know what you're going to get. He's bipolar as fuck, but that's the thing. Okay, what do you do? Because right now, because everybody, we had a whole lot of high expectations on the Bengals. I said you had to get off to a fast start. Unfortunately, that fast start ended when Joe Burrow got injured by the Jags.
Yeah, he's been fucking just hanging around with the injury demon now.
Yeah.
Playing Uno.
Yeah, that's the whole thing in all this. And I don't want to see Zach Taylor get fired because, hey, a quarterback getting injured is not his fault. You can't put that on a coach.
Honestly, I would give Zach Taylor a mulligan for this year just because of the type of injury that Burrow sustained.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's not like, okay, this was continually going on with Burrow like having losing season. Yeah, we got to remember, okay, a while back, this was a team that made it to the Super Bowl and then lost to the Rams. And then after that, it was a team that constantly made the playoffs. Since then, after losing to the Chiefs, and where have we gone since then?
Fucking, unfortunately, this team too, they need a whole new O-line.
Yeah.
this is how many years has it been since Burrow's played a full season again?
I would say probably when he made it to the Super Bowl that year.
Yeah.
And I could go the time when after the Super Bowl he had a full healthy season. I think when I started the podcast, that was when he went down. That was season 1. He went down against Baltimore. Last year, he made it through a full season, but they didn't make the playoffs.
But again, like they were just going over some of the things, like most sacked quarterback and fastest to 200 getting sacked 200 times.
Mm-hmm.
Like he is. Even like there's been a couple seasons where he's played a full season, he still had some injuries.
Yeah, he still had some injuries, but at least he was able to play. And now it's just okay. Yeah, the thing is now it's getting worse.
Yeah, like they need to fucking fix this O-line. That's the problem.
Yeah, that's the thing.
This O-line's going to turn him into Andrew Luck 2.0.
Yeah, that's why Andrew Luck retired, and everybody got mad at him when he retired in preseason.
I mean, I think people weren't so much mad at him retired in preseason, but he admitted he knew since like Christmas of the year before that he was going to retire.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the part I think that was like getting people pissed. Like if you knew you were going to retire for that long, why'd you wait this long to do it?
Yeah, and then after that, we saw how quarterback play for the Chiefs was. They had Phillip Rivers. Hey, at least Rivers did get them to a playoffs. Yeah, but then after Phillip Rivers, it went to I think Matt Ryan and I think some other ones I can't even remember.
Carson Wentz.
Was
Matt Ryan and Nick Foles shared it, and of course, everyone expected Foles to take off because he was being reunited with Frank Reich.
Yeah,
he's reminding everyone that he's bipolar as fuck.
Yeah. Then it was Anthony Richardson, and then he went down.
And then Joe Flacco for a little bit. Yep. He's now back with Cleveland.
Well, now back on the bench. So
it's okay, Joe Flacco.
Yeah. Because eventually when Dylan messes up, then Shador gets his wish. And that's what Deion's hoping for.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised if he's paying some fucking shaman to do some voodoo right now.
Probably. Yes. Let's see what the next one we got right and wrong. Washington, LA. I got wrong. I picked the Chargers.
I mean, yeah, I was back and forth on this one. I really thought the Chargers were going to come in on this one kind of pissed off because they charged the last one up.
Yeah.
And they charged this one up too, the fuckheads.
Yeah, they did.
They charged it up 2 games in a row.
They charged it 2 games in a row because you were right last week when you said, oh, this was the game they were going to charge her against the Giants, which you were right. And then the one this week, I thought they would bounce back, but then I thought because Jaden's coming back, he's a little rusty. I thought they were going to lose, but I don't know why the Chargers stopped running with Herbert because my mom was saying, why doesn't Herbert run? Because you had something there. And then after that, he just stopped running at that point. And then when that fumble occurred, that's what literally changed the game.
Seriously.
And it's back to charging. And I know Joe Law said this was a sleeper team. And I'm like, now it's looking back to charging again.
I was starting to think they were a sleeper team too. And then
I was starting to believe it when it got to 3-0. I was starting to believe it. And I thought,
was like, you know what? They're going to charge her in this game against the Giants, and then they're going to come back pissed off the next week because they charged it up.
Yeah. And unfortunately, they charged these too. And now, right now, I said was when they lost to the Giants, when the Chiefs beat the Ravens, I said, great. Now, thanks to that, you just gave the Chiefs life. Well, after last night, well, I don't know any more about that now.
Well, I mean, you got to remember, too, though, the Chiefs also don't have the refs in their pocket anymore.
No, that's another thing, too. Yeah, I know that. Yeah. And trust me. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I know, I got to say, I know someone's going to sit there. Oh, the irony of a Patriots fan complaining about the refs. Fuck you. We lost more games because of the refs during the Tom Brady era than we won.
Yeah.
Everyone just needs to stop being fucking butthurt over the goddamn tuck rule. That was 24 fucking years ago.
Mm-hmm. Trust me, and John Gruden and Rich Gannon still complain about it.
The only two people in the world who complained about Tom Brady more than fucking the entire Baltimore Ravens defense.
Oh, Ray Lewis is the worst because he hates Tom Brady because he always will go back to that one game where he shouldn't have got called for roughing the passer when he just tapped Tom Brady's helmet.
Yeah.
Because that's when he really got pissed. Because he always believed that. That's when I think he called Tom Brady very, very special. I think it was either Golden Boy. I think that's what he called him.
Yeah, he called him Golden Boy. And not just Ray Lewis, but anyone who was on Baltimore's defense.
Oh, they hated him.
I never heard a team of men cry about one man as much as that fucking line did.
Yeah, they did. They did. And I said, yeah, Baltimore should be lucky. You only got your one over him in the playoffs that one time. Or was it twice?
The one where they went to the fucking Super Bowl.
That was the one where they got him?
Yeah. And again, going back to what I said about we lost more games because the refs. Go back and watch that game. Even the announcers were listening to some of the bullshit calls against the Patriots going, what game are these refs watching?
Yeah. Because that was the year in Ray Lewis before he retired. I remember that one, yeah, but that was
good fucking riddance.
Yes. I never liked Ray Lewis anyway because I thought it was after when he murdered, well, allegedly if he did murder that woman or not. I know he got accused of murder. But that was when the Chargers charged again. Washington now with Jaden back, it's like, what do we see Washington as? Is Washington for the Redskins? Yeah, I'm still going to say Redskins. I'm not saying Commanders regardless. You can cancel me if you want. For the Redskins, it's more of, I know there are those original Redskin fans out there who have been through this and thinking, are we going to repeat, go back to a playoffs, or is it going to be me saying if I don't make it to a playoffs, same old fucking Redskins? For the ones that are new out there who just started becoming Redskins fans, look at your team's history. Because back then, it wasn't that good.
Yeah, I think they're just going to be saying same old Redskins.
As I said, I know they're 2-2 right now at the moment, but I don't know yet. Like I said, the only way I won't say it, if y'all make it to a playoffs, I'm not going to say it. And I'm not saying win a division because I don't think the curse of McNabb's going to kick in on here. Unless Jalen Hurts gets injured. That's the only other way the curse of McNabb's kicking in.
Dude, you're going to be a dead man walking in Philly if Jalen Hurts gets injured.
I want to say as the Philadelphia, I do not wish an injury upon anybody. I do not wish an injury on Jalen Hurts. I make a lot of jokes on the Giants, and I make a lot of jokes on every other team. But here's the one thing that I will not do is joke about someone getting injured.
Yeah, the only one I will ever joke about getting injured is Tyreek Hill just because of all the shit he did to his fiance.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but I know I shouldn't wish injury on someone, but anyone who doesn't know about Tyreek Hill's personal history, look it up. He is a first-class piece of shit, and he deserves every injury he suffers.
Yeah, I know why, because in DV is not funny. Yeah, if he did it or didn't do it, who knows? But we don't know until he gets tried by a court of his peers.
Oh, no, he paid his fiance to drop the charges.
Oh, okay, yeah, and then he is a piece of shit for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I take that back. He is a piece of shit for that.
Yeah, as soon as I heard he paid his fiance to drop the charges.
Yeah, he is a piece of shit.
That was an admission of guilt.
That is an admission of guilt. Yeah, he is a piece of shit for doing that. Yeah, he is a piece of shit. Yeah, so whatever happens to him, yeah. I thought the legal system would take care of that, but never mind. Next one, right and wrong, which is, well, I got it wrong. I picked Buffalo.
I hate to say this, but I picked Buffalo too. I just thought they were going to come in and run over my Patriots. And then Drake May decided to remember how to play football.
Yeah.
But if I would have put money on that game for the Pats to win, Drake May would have went in there and looked like the fucking second coming of Jamarcus Russell.
Yeah, because I thought that too. But Drake May in there just almost looked like he was Tom Brady and Drew Bledsoe.
Seriously.
That's when I was going, like, I'm saying in my head right now, Drake May got 2 weeks of a stay of execution because he literally wiped the floor with Carolina, because I said Carolina's not that good of a football team, which we all know that.
Yeah.
Buffalo was more of, I think Mike Vrabel, like they said, I'll give what Tirico and Collinsworth said, that they didn't hire, well, no, not Mike Tirico. I take that back. It was Good Morning Football this morning I was watching. They said was Mike Vrabel didn't come here just to beat the Dolphins, just to beat the Jets. He came in here basically to try to help the Patriots win games, to try to get them into a playoffs.
Yeah. And there's one member of the Belichick coaching branch who can do it. It's Vrabel.
Yeah, Vrabel was a good coach. He was a good coach in Tennessee. Because look what he did with Ryan Tannehill. I didn't expect Tennessee to go to an AFC championship. Well, that was more that was more the defense, though. But that was more Tennessee's defense, though.
And Derrick Henry.
Yeah. That was more of that. Because Ryan Tannehill, I know, is not a good quarterback. I think Ryan Tannehill's an okay quarterback.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I think he's an okay quarterback. That's just about it. But Tannehill, like I said, that was a different story. But Buffalo, literally, I know it was whiteout. I just knew I hate at times when I have that feeling in my gut. I just knew after Philadelphia lost, I was like, you know what? I wouldn't be shocked if the Patriots pull off a fuck you game right now.
Yeah, and they did.
And that was crossing my mind. And I was going like, this is just reminding me of 2023, of when the 49ers lost to the Browns and lost their undefeated streak. And then when the Eagles lost their undefeated streak when they lost to the Jets. It was just reminding me that all over again. But unfortunately, I was shocked the Patriots got the job done. A win that was well deserved. They put up a fight, hung in there, got the dub. It's just that Buffalo, on a kickoff return, you should have just let that ball go into the end zone.
I agree with that.
Because they made that situation worse. And I know Josh Allen could do everything, but unfortunately, Josh could not pull a miracle out of this one. But I know come next.
Give him credit for trying.
Yeah, I'll give him an A for trying. But I give him, I know next Monday is he's going to take it out in the Atlanta Falcons.
Oh, definitely.
He's going to take it out on them.
I actually almost feel bad for the Falcons.
I do too. I feel bad for that defense. And trust me, Michael Penix is not going to have a good game against that defense.
Oh man, say a prayer for that kid.
Yeah, he's gonna. I said, yeah. Anybody know the number $100 prayer? Dial it for him now.
Oh, by the way, any Falcon fans who are wishing to this, who are listening to this, let me get myself tongue-tied. I just want you guys to remember one other thing as you head into this game. 28-3. I will never not throw that in an Atlanta Falcons fan's face.
I'll always remember when Charles Barkley got so mad about that. I will always remember 2020 when Dallas beat them. Remember that comeback game, the watermelon kick one, when Atlanta blew that big-ass lead against the Cowboys that year? I will always remember Charles Barkley. It was during the NBA. It was still during COVID. They're all saying something. Charles, raises his hand, and I think Ernie goes to him, what is so important that you need to raise your hand? He was like, am I on camera for? Oh, geez. Let me tell you something, America. I love football. It's my favorite sport. But I lost a fortune of money when the Atlanta Falcons choked in the Super Bowl to the Patriots. But they outdid themselves again today. They choked against the Dallas Cowboys. That was the biggest choke job ever. I'm not giving the Dallas Cowboys credit. That was the biggest choke job ever. They're going and I think Kenny's going, it's only week 2. And then Shaq is egging it on because Shaq's a Cowboys fan, just pissing Charles off.
Game by Shaq. He was loving it.
Yeah, I know. Just to get a word in. He was like, what was so important? You need to raise your hand. And then when he says, am I on camera for? I was like, oh, God, this ain't going to go good. but I didn't know he was literally going to bash the Atlanta Falcons.
Oh, when he said "Am I on camera?" I was like, wait, turn up.
Yeah, I was like that too.
Dude, I like fucking cracked open a nice cold beer for that one.
I laughed my ass. I had like a couple beers that night because it was Dallas pulling it off because I had made a bet. I didn't make a bet with somebody. The bet originally was at the time was $20. And I said, I thought Atlanta was going to beat us because our offensive line was horrible. And I said, I'm not giving you an easy $20. And the next bet was, how would we do this jersey bet? If you win, I'll wear one of your Atlanta Falcons jerseys. If I win, you have to wear one of my Cowboys jerseys. At the time we were getting down so much, I was like, because my friend was like, you still gonna watch it? No, I'm still gonna watch it. I'm gonna put myself through this. I'm gonna go down with Ship. And that's when I was getting ready to give Carmen my address. To, okay, here's where you can mail the Falcons jersey and I'll wear it. And after that, I was like, when the Dallas pulled off the victory, I was like, what's your address? Because you're gonna wear my Deion Sanders jersey. Because that was the insult I did. Because he used to play for the Falcons, and I was like, great, you're gonna drag the knife even farther by making me wear your Deion Sanders jersey.
That is perfect, bro.
No, because the jersey she was going to make me wear was going to be her black Michael Vick one.
Oh, dude. You had every right to drag the knife for that one.
Like I said, trust me, I thought we were going to lose that game. But I was shocked Dallas pulled that off, and that was it. But, hey, I just remember when he did that, and I just know I always will remember that when Charles Barkley said. And that's when I stole the whole thing with Russ, which was that time with Denver. When it was Denver and Indianapolis that year. And I said, that was the one time I got so bad. This was the fourth podcast. And I got on Facebook Live during a game. It was like, oh, God, it's that bad he had to do that. I said, is this camera on? I was like, oh, God. I said, Russell Wilson cost me a fortune when they played against the Patriots. When he didn't run the ball to Marshawn Lynch. Now he outdid himself again by not running the ball again and getting picked off by Stephon Gilmore.
Dude, Richard Sherman had such bad PTSD from that.
Yes.
Run the damn ball.
I was the same way too with him. I understand why Sherm has PTSD with that man, why he can't stand him.
When I watched that, I just had flashbacks to that great-ass Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Which, dude, I won a fortune on
Yeah,
that.
you won a fortune. I lost money. I'm not hating you for that. Hey, your team got the job done.
I was only mad for one thing with Richard Sherman's meltdown after that.
What was that?
That mean I didn't have some popcorn.
Yeah, because I think this was before he was doing no, he didn't go to Undisputed yet because that was still him and Shannon at the time. I just know Shannon was more pissed off.
Dude, anytime Shannon Sharp gets pissed off, I know it was a good day in football.
Oh, it was. Yeah, it was a good day in football for that one. And the final game, which is, like I said, I owe the entire state of Florida, Jacksonville, and Tony Khan an apology. I bet it against y'all. And for the AEW wrestlers out there, I'll apologize to Harley because she did look good in that Jacksonville stuff. Because who was on the scene was her, Thekla, and I think Swerve and Serpentinico. So I'll owe them an apology.
Yeah. No, I thought the Chiefs were going to actually get some help from their pet zebras on this one.
Yeah, I thought that too. And I know usually at times like this, the Jags usually shit the bed on this, but they didn't. And Trevor Lawrence, I got to hand it to him. He pulled a comeback out his ass.
Yeah, he really did. Holy shit.
And I'm actually going to give a props to Joe Law because he picked Jacksonville. I didn't. I thought literally, like I said, I know in these situations, Jacksonville shits the bed in these situations. They always mess it up. But in this one, they didn't right now. And they've been, like I said, look, I don't know what Tony Khan or his daddy's doing with the Jags. Whatever it is, keep it up what you're doing. Because like I said, sometimes on this podcast, had to make cracks on Tony Khan. And I'm going to say this right now. Tony Khan might be safe for this whole year. The only way he might not be safe is if he does not put the tag belts on Ty J. That is the only way he is not safe.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
And for those out there, for people thinking, because I want Ian and Harley as a team thinking I don't like Ty Mello, that is bullshit. I do like Ty. It's just I prefer Ian and Harley. And I've met Ty twice. She was very nice. The only other time I did not like Ty was the time when her and Sammy were in their little relationship, when Sammy was cheating on his ex-girlfriend with Ty. But I got over it when this Dynamite still might be on HBO Max. I don't know if it is. I don't know what date it was. It was when Anna lost to Serena. Ty goes in there, and you think Ty's like kicking Anna down, but Ty was actually being real to Anna, saying, hey, look, I really care for you, and I want to be your friend. I want to help you out. Think about it. Now, people can interpret it two ways. Was this Ty being real, or was this an angle? Or Ty's proving to everybody, hey, everybody thinks I'm just cheating hussy. I still actually care for Anna, and I want to help her out. That's how Ty got off my list for me hating her. I don't know. To this day, people can interpret it that way, two ways if you want. If you've ever seen that Dynamite. I don't know the exact date if you've ever seen it.
I remember, I did see it. I just don't remember the date.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure it's still on there.
It's on HBO Max. Yeah, I know it's on Max. They got all the Dynamite, not every Dynamite on there yet, but I think it is on there. Yeah, because then the next week, Anna turned heel, which I didn't have a problem with. I said, Anna could turn babyface or heel. I still love her. But like I said, I know that Tony gave opportunity to Chris. I'm just hoping in this one, and I say this again, Tony Khan, you will be safe with me. If you give those belts to both Ty and Anna, you are safe for this whole year. If you do not.
Well, my honor as a Marine, if you honor DWALK's request, you're safe with me too.
Yes.
For the rest of the year.
You are safe. Like I said, I have not had to make a crack on Dynamite or Collision. Any bad ones. And everybody thought I was going to be mad at Anna losing to Jamie. I said, no, I am not. But I know what they're trying to do. I'm just saying, this is just my little hypothetical for the whenever the tournament and the brackets are. They're trying to make Ty J like the underdog team that nobody's going to expect to go far.
Yeah, I can see that.
Because like I said, I don't know what the brackets would be. But I said, if you have if the finals are either two ways, I said, here's how Anna and Ty can win the belts. It's two ways. If the finals are Ty J versus Megabad, okay, there's a way they can win it. Willow causes a distraction. Anna does like a quick roll-up on Megan, or Ty does a quick roll-up on Megan. Boom, you have the belts that way. Another one is, if it's the Triangle of Madness, Thekla's going to be involved. That's when Jamie gets in there, gets Thekla out, and then a distraction occurs. Boom, you have a quick win that way.
I could definitely see that one happening.
That's why I said, I understand what Ty losing to Tony and Anna losing to Jamie, and then Saturday they're going to be in action in a squash match. I said, okay, Tony, I kind of see what you're trying to do here. Because everybody's thinking, was Tony Khan making this up to me to give Anna and Ty a win? I said, but you got to start building up this division. I don't know when you're going to start this tournament eventually. I was assuming Wrestle Dream would be the start of the tournament, but I think now they're going to do Blood and Guts first, which is going to be Team Thekla versus Team Jamie. Jamie's team is probably going to be her, Queen. I would say Harley would be your third. And then your last two, I'm probably going to assume Ty J. And then with Team Thekla is going to be Triangle of Madness. And I would say Penelope Ford and Megan Bain.
Yeah, I can see that.
That's how I'm probably seeing this. And then if they do start the tournament, I would say the first round would probably be at Full Gear, and then the finals would be at the end of the year. That's what I'm thinking here eventually with that. But I just want to say is shocked that though they pulled it off. The refs could not help Mahomes. And I know one person was making a joke. I'm shocked that Travis didn't try to fuck Harley. I was like, first off, I like Harley Cameron, and I'm not even making that joke.
Yeah, I'm not making that joke either.
Yeah. First off, I like Harley, and Harley's been nice to me, and I am not going to involve Harley in this. So I said, if Travis so happens he wants to cheat, Kissimmee, Florida, Orange Lake. I don't know who. I don't know if I still own that piece of property, my beach house.
This just in. Travis was seen driving to this beach with two of Taylor's backup dancers.
Probably 2 backup dancer and probably 2 women from AEW. Who would you pick the 2 women from AEW?
Ooh. I could see Travis going for Tony Storm.
Okay.
Sorry, Rick.
Okay, Tony's one. Who's the other one?
Well, I'm not sure who else aside from Tony.
No, I'm going Tony too. Sorry, Rick. I got to apologize too. I would have said maybe second one. I could probably say. No, I wouldn't say Sky Blue because she's with Kyle, and I know Kyle put up a fight.
Oh, definitely.
Kyle Fletcher put up a fight. Sorry, Steve. I know you, my friend, and all. We met in Philly. I know we're going to see each other again in full gear. Sorry about that. And I hope if you listen to this, I apologize, man. I know you're a huge Sky Blue fan.
Maybe Mercedes Monet.
I don't know what he'd see in Mr. Ed.
I mean, we're also trying to figure out what the fuck he sees in Taylor Swift.
Yeah, that too. Yeah. I'd say Julia Hart. The reason
I can see that.
Yeah, and Lee Johnson is a pushover. Yeah. Depends which Julia would you. Well, no. Triangle Madness will have a fight with Julia. If it was cheerleader Julia, he'd get it very easily. That is the one thing I don't miss on Julia. That's the one thing I don't miss on Julia Hart is cheerleader Julia. Yeah, but going on for the Chiefs right now, the rest can't bail you out. Everybody thought you were back. Now you are back below 500 again. And now your next game this Sunday is a tough one against the very, very red-hot Detroit Lions. And I'm going to say this now, and I should have known what in my head. I should have gone with week 1 when you told me that time when it was opening night when Detroit was going to beat them. I'm not going to be shocked that the Lions beat them again.
Yeah. I still remember that year when the Lions beat the Chiefs. Everyone thought I was fucking insane.
I did too, and then you proved me wrong.
Well, hey, I was just calling as I saw it.
Yeah, you were right. Yeah, you were right.
Fucking sleeper team that year.
Yeah, they were, and they proved everybody they were that sleeper team because you said they were going to go to the NFC Championship. Because unfortunately, if Dan Campbell had got overly aggressive, they would have made it to the Super Bowl. But in this instance, I see right now is that Detroit team was different from this one. This is a Detroit team that is, like we said, week 1, it was just uneasy. They were just trying to get the kinks out. And now they've gotten all their kinks out, and they've got everything working for them. And I think that game is in, Kansas City. I think that game is in case, let me see, when they play Detroit. I think it's in, I don't know if it's in Detroit or KC. Like, the location don't matter. I'm just checking. That is in Kansas City. And with that right there, like I said, I'm not saying Detroit's going to kill KC. I think it's going to be close. But Detroit's going to be pulling this one off right now, and then it's going to be pretty soon. We might be saying Detroit's going to be getting a 1 seed.
I actually was calling that at the beginning of the season that they're going to get the 1 seed this year.
Okay, I think they might get that 1 seed back, and with Philadelphia, I know Philadelphia's fighting for it, but I know right now how Detroit's been playing, how Jared Goff's been playing, how the defense has been playing, and everybody was thinking, oh, they're not going to be the same without Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn. They're still pulling off victories. But I'll say this for the Chiefs right now, it's whomever it is in that deadline, you better make a move for a receiver. Either it's Garrett Wilson or Marvin Harrison Jr. I don't know of anybody else right now I can think of. If you know of any others.
No, that's pretty much it that I can think of.
The two I just said, which was Garrett and Marvin Harrison.
Yeah.
Because this is this is really getting bad, and there's no more excuses for the Chiefs. I said, okay, you can't sugarcoat and put a Band-Aid on this much longer. Because it's going to get a lot worse for their schedule down the road. I'm going to pull up their schedule before I call it a night. Their remaining schedule is, let me see, Chiefs schedule. Yeah, their remaining schedule is this. They got Detroit, which I know is going to be a loss. The Raiders, that's going to be a bounce back win. Washington, I am on the fence on that one right now. And I never thought I'd say that for that game right now. I'm on the fence on that one. The Bills in Buffalo, that's going to be a loss right now. Because that might be right there. That game right there could be the point of trying to save your season. In Denver,
Yeah, I can kind of see that.
In Denver, I think that is going to be a loss because Denver wants revenge after I know Denver would have beat them at home, but I think Denver is trying to prove to everybody we're not going to be your punching bag. And I wouldn't be shocked if Denver pulled off the upset there. I never thought with this game with the Colts and the Chiefs, that one I'm on the fence right now for.
Yeah, dude, if you told me we were both going to be on the fence on that one, beginning of the year, I would have laughed my ass off.
Like I said, 2 games I'm on the fence for right now where I can say I can't call it. Washington is one. Indy is the other. Against my team on Thanksgiving, I'm sorry. The Chiefs are going to wipe us. They're going to wipe the floor with us. That ain't going to be a fuck you game by Dallas. Well, let's be realistic here on that one, Cowboy fans.
They pull off a fuck you game on. If your Cowboys pull off a fuck you game, I already see it now. You're going to be fucking. We might have to take you to the fucking ER with alcohol poisoning.
I probably might. I probably be OD'd on turkey and duck and wine and beer.
Yeah.
The Texans, I'd say you can get a win there. That should be a win. The rematch with the Chargers could go either way, barring the Chargers don't charger the game.
Yeah, the way they're going right now, it's looking like they're going to charger that one up.
That's what I said. Yeah, that's what I said right there. The Titans, that should be a win for you. The game against Denver in KC, jury's still out on that one. Don't know. I said the first meeting I think the Denver Broncos will take at home. The second meeting, even though that's an Arrowhead, I don't know right now. And then the Raiders game, the last game of the season, yeah, you pretty much have to win that game literally to fight for a playoff spot. So right now, if I'm going to calculate what the Chiefs win total would probably be, so we're going to say 2-4 against Detroit, 3-4 against the Raiders. I'm going to say jury is still out with the Commanders game. I'm going to say 3-5 or 3-6. Possibly. Let's do this again. I'll say loss to Detroit. I'm going to say win against the Raiders. You're 3 here. The Commanders, maybe 4 or a loss. The Bills, a loss. You would be at about probably 4-6. The Broncos, I'm going to say 4-7. Colts, you probably might be 4-8 or 5-7. Dallas, that's a win. You'll get a win here. The Chargers, I think, is a Charger game. I don't know about Denver. So I said there's the possibility they're going to get in the playoffs. They may not win their division. There's the possibility they could be as a 5 or a 6. And I think this is going to be the first time Patrick Mahomes gets one and done in the playoffs.
Yeah, I definitely see that happening.
And hey, it was a good run while it lasted, Chiefs fans.
Well, either way, we're still gonna have Chris Collinsworth trying to compare everyone to Patrick Mahomes.
That's like
there's no one like Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
I mean, not even this guy who fucking bounces ass in the playoffs.
Yeah. That's why I said after this, it's going to be. I think Chiefs fans ain't used to. Well, I said Chiefs fans should have been used to it before Mahomes got there, before Andy Reid got there. Let's recall, y'all used to suck.
I mean, you got to remember, like 80% of our fan base are 14-year-old girls that never heard of football.
No.
Before Travis Swift started dating Taylor.
Yeah. And trust me, I don't know where the bachelor party Jason takes him to. The 3 strip clubs I'll give him: Club Risque, Cheerleaders, and Show and Tell.
No, Jason, if you by chance listen to this, take him to Show and Tell.
Yeah. Take him there. I said, whatever strip club you take him whenever the bachelor party is. Alrighty. So before we end, this was a special edition of Right and Wrong. Hey, Wolf, if you ever want to come back on, I'm available Wednesday and Saturday too, if you want to come back on.
I was actually going to say I'm available Wednesday to do picks.
All right, I can do that too, because there's no Dynamite this Wednesday.
Yeah, okay.
Because Dynamite's on Tuesday.
Then,
yeah, so I'll see you on Wednesday, man.
Yep.
All righty. So before we bid adieu and end, it's just been enough time for talk. It's time for kickoff. I'm Dave Walker with Wolf, and we'll see you on the field. Good night, everybody.
Peace.
Peace. Later, man. I'll see you on Wednesday.
Later, brother.
Later.
See you then, man.
All righty. Bye. And this will get edited tomorrow. I can upload this tomorrow, too. No.